Model rocketry is one of today's fastest-growing hobbies, for it offers exciting, safe, and educational thrills keeping in step with the scientific age of today. Here are two model rocketeers discussing a problem of stability in a rocket glider.
Wouldn't this work well on the Flying Jenny?
No, it won't.
Wait a minute, I'll show you. All you've got to do is move the center of gravity up.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right, now let's decide about the engine.
How about a B-8 floor?
All right.
This is the diagram of the structure of a typical model rocket. First are the balsa fins that stabilize the rocket. The prefabricated engine powers the rocket. It consists of a solid propeller which pushes the rocket forward, a smoke tracking element which aids in the tracking of the rocket, and an ejection charge which pushes the engine out of the rocket and also activates the recovery system after the engine is used up. The launching lug, merely a shortened straw, helps guide the rocket on a straight course. Next comes the protective wadding, a fireproof material that protects the parachute from the heat of the ejection charge. The parachute, made of thin plastic, provides soft and gentle landing for the rocket. The shroud lines of the parachute are attached to a shock cord. Finally comes the payload section for the rocket cargo. The rocket is topped off with a balsa nose cone. And now to build a rocket. First, all parts are laid out on a table. The body tube is marked with a straight line to perfectly align the fins. The fins must be cut out so that they can produce maximum efficiency and stability. And these fins must be sanded in order to make them perform with the highest possible efficiency. Finally, they are attached to the body tube with a strong cement. After these fins and other parts are attached, the model is painted with enamel or dope paint. Decals are applied for realism and beauty. The model is sprayed with a coat of clear plastic to protect its surface. The model is finished with a coat of wax, which reduces friction and gives a sleek look to the rocket. The completed rocket must be tested to see whether it will be stable in flight. The easiest way to determine this is to attach a string at the center of gravity and twirl the rocket overhead, and observe if the rocket stays level. The balloon is inflated. Pressure is exerted equally from the inside. But when the end is released, the air escapes. The balloon goes forward. The rocket engine, when ignited, works on the same principle of action and reaction discovered by Newton. Now, watch as the rocket engine travels on a 50-yard wire. It will attain the incredible speed of over 400 miles per hour in a fraction of a second. There are many different types of model rockets used for various purposes. Here, for instance, is a small, tumble-recovered sport rocket. A boost glider, which glides to Earth after initial flight. oddball rocket, where the rocketeer's mind is his limit. And the inevitable failure. For a more ambitious rocket, let's speed up the building. For good ignition, the clips must be cleaned. The launching rod is oiled. The altoscope, which determines height, must be adjusted. The parachute must be checked. The range kit for repairs at the launching site is packed. Finally, the rocketeers depart to the launching area. The launching area must be a large field, as far away as possible from crowded streets or buildings. It must be at least as long as the height the rocket attains. For safe and sure launchings, model rocketeers employ an electrical launch system consisting of a 6-volt battery, a launch panel, long wires leading up to wire clips on the end that hold the nichrome wire, which heats up quickly when electrical charge is applied to it. The nichrome wire and clips are set. Every run is ready: the launcher, the height finder, the tracker, and the rocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Essential safety code states, never use metal in rockets. And most important of all, never make homemade fuels, as this foolhardy basement bomber is doing. Such a hobby as model rocketry lead to. Work by rocketeers such as Robert Goddard can result in such spectacular feats as Major White's fantastic walk in space. man's greatest dream, the peaceful conquest of outer space.